Welcome to Alina Money Show, where we speak everything that has to do with money. So today's topic, I want to speak about the two-pot retirement system. I know everywhere now they've been talking about it, so I just thought I should do a quick summary of what the two-pot retirement system is. So the government has decided to put into law this reform whereby they want us to save for retirement and still have access to our retirement money without having to resign. So the two-pot retirement system is going to be like the contributions that you make are going to be divided into two. That's hence the two-pot. So the 1/3 of your contribution will go into the savings and the 2/3 will go into the retirement pot or component. So how that will work is if you are contributing, let's say 900 to your retirement annuity, 300 will go into the savings and 600 will go into the retirement pot. So the difference between the two pots is that the savings pot is what you can access even if you don't resign or retire. You can access it immediately if you want to have access to it once every tax year. So between March and February, you can have access to it once. And then the retirement pot, that one is the money that will sit and wait for your retirement. So should you be resigning, you won't have access to that money. But the 1/3, the savings pot, you will have access to that money. So basically that is the difference between the two pots, the savings pot and the retirement pot. Then this is going to start happening from 1 September 2024 this year. But what you have already accumulated, so now you have some money that is in your retirement fund, whether it's a retirement annuity or pension fund or preservation fund, you already have money that you have put aside for your retirement. That money is going to be sealed into what we call the vested pot. So the vested pot is saying that the vested rights, your rights, that whatever that was the retirement system or the law at the time before this new law, you are going to have vested rights on it. So what that means is this money is going to sit, and if you resign, you can have access to it, even though we know that our retirement money is not money that we should be looking into using before retirement. But we know that when times are tough, we need to have access to that money. That is the only money that we have. So with that vested rights pot is saying that as at 31 August 2024, whatever that you have in there is going to be vested. But what they're going to do is, remember we said that with the two pots, 1/3 of your retirement contribution is going to go into your savings component, and then the other 2/3 will go into your retirement component. The savings, you will start with a little amount. So with that, the government decided that they are going to take 10% of your vested pot into your savings pot, just as a startup, to say that your savings pot shouldn't start at a zero. It will start with 10% of what you currently have saved up, with a maximum of 30,000. So if you have, let's say, 300,000 there in your vested pot, they are going to take 30,000 from that and put it into your savings. But if you have 1 million, for example, 10% of 1 million is 100,000. They're not going to take the full 100,000. They're only going to take 30,000 of that money and put it into the savings pot. That money is the money that you can have access to it and use it if you need to, but as a last resort, because like we say, retirement money is money that when we stop working, when we reach our golden retirement years, it's money that we have access to and use it for retirement because we won't be working anymore. So that is that. I hope you is clear. The two parts retirement system is easy. It's not difficult to understand. It's basically as I've explained it, to say that the money, it's actually going to be divided into three. The vested component is the money that you will have accumulated up until 31 August, less the 10% or 30,000. Then the savings component, 1/3 of your contributions will go into this from 1 September 2024. And then thirdly is your retirement component. The retirement component is 2/3 of your contributions will go into retirement component. And when you resign, you won't have access to this money. It will sit and wait for your retirement. Then, okay, the other part that I didn't mention is the tax implication. So when you withdraw from your savings component, that money is going to be taxed with your marginal tax rate. And yeah, so it's not going to be taxed via the retirement tax table or the withdrawal tax table, but it will be part of your taxable income, and then it will be taxed at your marginal tax rate, and what gets paid out to you will be net of tax. So if you withdraw the full 30,000, you won't get 30,000. They are going to look at your marginal tax rate, which depends on your taxable income. For each person is different, and then SARS will do the calculations as to what is your tax, and then only after the tax has been deducted, that is what you will receive. So yeah, basically that is the two-part retirement system. If you have any questions, feel free to let me know. I will answer in the comments. But yeah, as I have said, retirement money is money that should be sitting and waiting for your retirement, unless if in extraordinary circumstances where you really need to have access to the money, that is what that is when you can access the money. But like if you are saving, as in one of the previous videos I've made, saving for emergencies, saving for building up an emergency fund, or having a tax-free savings for your emergencies, if your holistic financial planning is in order, you won't even need to have access to the retirement money. But we know life happens, things happen, and that is when we have access to the money. But as people that are receiving an income, we should be looking into building an emergency fund, and really only using our emergency fund for emergency things, and leave the retirement money for retirement. But we know, like I said, if you really have to, that is when you can have access to the money. So that's it from me. We'll meet again next time when we speak about another topic. I don't know what it's going to be, but I know every time when we speak is everything that is going to be useful and help you with how to manage your money and build up retirement funds, savings, and any other topic that is interesting in terms of our financial planning. So see you next time.